Would anyone like to come up for a story this morning? Theo, are you getting ready for Christmas? You made something really cool and it's cute. Actually, it is cute. Well, that's great. How is everybody? Some of you look tired. Are some of you tired?
I'm ready.
Well, I have a story to tell you this morning without a microphone, apparently. And this story, the main part of it happens at night. So it's okay to be tired as you hear this story, if you are. And for the rest of us, maybe we can help keep each other awake. And so this is one of the stories that happens in the land that we call the Holy Land, the place where Jesus lived and taught people about love, taught people about God. And this story happens in a place that we've seen a couple of times. It's a big city. Anyone remember the name of this city? It's called Jerusalem. Have you heard of that before? Yeah. It was the biggest city in the place where Jesus lived and grew up. And this is the story about a man named Nicodemus. Have you ever heard that name before? That's a big name, isn't it? Nicodemus. And Nicodemus was, they call it, well, he was a Pharisee, but what that means is he was sort of like a minister, sort of like the work that I do, in Jerusalem. And so, because he was a Pharisee, or a minister, he had to know all of the laws, all of the things that people needed to believe and needed to do. And so he knew 600 laws. Imagine. He didn't have to look them up, he just knew them because he learned them. 600 laws about how to pray and who you could be friends with and when you could go places and when you had to stay home and what you could eat. And the laws went on and on and on and on. And he knew all these laws. Anyway, one day, the person that we have heard quite a bit about, Jesus, came to Jerusalem. And like what happened everywhere that he went, people gathered around to hear what he had to say. And he had a different way of talking about God. And he was so full of love, so full, that he almost seemed to glow. And so it attracted people. But also, if people weren't feeling well, he had a way of just touching them and making them feel better. And so Nicodemus happened to be there one day when Jesus was talking to all these people. And he kind of went, he knows something. He knows something that I don't know. Even though we're both rabbis, we're both ministers, he knows something. And so that night, Jesus went off into the city to where he was staying, and the crowds all went home. And Nicodemus went to his home, in the city. And after it got very, very dark, Nicodemus left his house and he snuck all through the alleys of Jerusalem, alley to alley, road to road, in the dark, making sure no one saw him, until he arrived at the house where Jesus was staying. And he knocked on the door, and Jesus looked out, and there was Nicodemus. And Jesus said, "Nicodemus, what are you doing here?" And Nicodemus said, "Jesus, I can tell that you know God in a different way, and I want to know that too." And Jesus said, "But Nicodemus, you're a leader in the church, and you don't know God?" And Nicodemus said, "Well, I know, I follow all the laws. I follow all the laws. But you know something else, something different." And Jesus thought about it for a minute, and then he said, "You know, Nicodemus, you can't just think God. You have to feel God. You have to feel God." And Nicodemus said, but how do I do that? How do I feel God? And Jesus said, love. Love, my friend. Love yourself. Love every other. And if you do that, you'll feel God. And he said, "Jesus, it seems so simple. How can that be?" And Jesus said, real love, big love, a love that's bigger than each of us, isn't simple, but it's worth it to try. I wonder what happened next. I wonder what happened next. Well, that's our story about love. And we're going to sing a song now about big love. And we did this little light of mine for 6 weeks. We're going to be singing this one for about the same. And so today you'll get to learn it, and it's a fun song to sing and dance to if you're up to it. And then you can head off to Children's Church. So let's sing "You Are Holy."